So, I know everyone still probably thinks that Spider-Man 3 is going to be a full Spider-Verse movie with Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield, and that'd be awesome, but I still feel it's too early to do that. Like, you should wait a couple movies to do that. So I'm hoping that this is not a Spider-Verse movie, and there's actually a new plot leak for the film from 4chan that actually supports that. And I know a lot of people don't trust 4chan because it is completely anonymous, but at the same time, it is completely anonymous. So sometimes real plot leaks are found on 4chan. So, of course, take this with a grain of salt. Consider this fake for now, but it is possibly real. So this 4chan post has actually also been deleted since then as well. So let's go ahead and break this down. So, the movie does not deal with multiverse stuff, and Doctor Strange only provides shelter to Spider-Man for some parts of the movie. And then the leaker provided some specific scenes, which I don't clearly remember, but one included MJ. Alright, so that's good news so far. As soon as Doctor Strange was announced to be in the movie, everybody hopped on the train like, oh, it's Spider-Verse. Like, that's even more evidence. But maybe not. Hopefully not. So apparently, according to this, the plot revolves around a mysterious benefactor putting out a bounty for Spider-Man, which leads to 6 different villains going after him. Now, we heard about the benefactor in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Sonny Birch was trying to get the Pym-Tech building for his mysterious benefactor, and a lot of us have been theorizing that this benefactor is actually Norman Osborn. So anyway, all these villains are going after Spider-Man because there's obviously an award, and villains love money, that's why they are villains. So these 6 villains never actually unite as the Sinister Six, but work alone or in groups, which I like because I don't want the full Sinister Six in this movie when not all the members have been fully introduced and, developed. But I think that this would be a really cool way for, alright, all these villains are kind of working on their own here in this movie, but then after they're all defeated by the end, maybe in the next movie they'll realize, you know what, we all want to kill Spider-Man, what if we team up and we do that? So, sounding good so far. So these 6 villains include Kraven and Chameleon, who are working together, which makes sense because they are half-brothers or step-brothers, something like that. Electro working alone, which has been confirmed. Jamie Foxx is returning as Electro. And then Vulture, Scorpion, and Shocker are also working together. Again, makes sense because those 3 were kind of like, of course, Vulture and Shocker were working together in Homecoming, but Vulture did have some conversations with Scorpion when they were in prison. Also, Vulture was in the Morbius trailer, so we know that they've escaped prison, so they're out there. So these 3 parties clash between each other to try to be the one who kills Spider-Man, as they all have a different reason for why they want to win the money. Then MJ is also actually supposed to be working for the Daily Bugle, and that is why J. Jonah Jameson appears in the movie. Then it goes on to say one of the characters dies, but I'm not going to get into that because, when it comes to stuff like this, I like knowing about the villains and the characters that are going to be in it, but I don't like knowing about the characters that are going to die. So me reading it right here, I see who it is, but I don't want to spoil it for you guys that don't want to know in case this does end up being true. But I will link a Reddit post talking about this 4chan thing in the description, so if you want to know, you can check it out. So go ahead, but I'm not going to talk about it here. But there is apparently a scene in the movie where Scorpion, Vulture, and Shocker attack the Sanctum Sanctorum, and Spidey and Strange have to evade them. That honestly would be really cool. Seeing Spider-Man and Doctor Strange team up to fight this trio of Spider-Man villains, that would just be really cool. Although you'd have to think like Doctor Strange could probably defeat them pretty easily. Then the final battle will reveal that the mysterious benefactor is actually Mysterio. So yes, he's alive. We all know it. And then the big fight is Spider-Man trying to fight Beck's drones while Beck tries to kill him and also tries to kill and defeat the other villains to make himself look like the hero. That makes total sense, and that would honestly be really cool to see. I really hope Mysterio isn't dead. Like, he shouldn't be, because, you know, he's the master of illusion. There's no way he's actually dead. And it would make sense if, you know, he's doing all that to make himself look like the hero, because that's all he wants. He wants to be the next big hero, even though he's actually a villain. Then there is also apparently a scene where Thaddeus Ross, aka Thunderbolt Ross, has a conversation with Happy in a meeting room or something along those lines. This means that William Hurt may appear in the movie. So this sounds interesting. I don't know what it would be about. Maybe something to do with the Thunderbolts team, but I don't know why Happy would be involved with that. Maybe it could have something to do with Tony Stark's tech and his money or something. I don't really know. But then it goes on to say the movie will include some hints and setups towards a Kraven movie and the next Venom movie as well, though the leaker did not mention how. Okay. Then Pepper Potts and Nick Fury will probably also have cameos. Probably. Okay, and then the credits scene includes J.K. Simmons and Chiwetel Ejiofor, which leads me to believe that one scene will set up some Spider-Man related stuff, while another will set up Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So that's all that they can seem to remember from this post. So yeah, of course, take this with a grain of salt, because, you know, it's probably fake. We got to be honest, it probably is. But I just felt like sharing it just in case it does become true, because this honestly sounds really cool, and I would love for this to be the case, because this all sounds really awesome, because I love Spider-Man and I love his villains so much, and seeing all these different villains in this movie would just be awesome. And it would just be really cool to see all of this take place here. So I would love to see this happen. But guys, definitely let me know down in the comments below. Do you think that this plot leak is true? Do you think there's any parts of it that are actually real? Or do you think the whole thing is just fake, because someone totally could have just come up with this based off theories and rumors and casting announcements? So who really knows? And like I said, I will link the Reddit post about this 4chan post in the description, so you can check it out for yourself if you want to read it. But like I said, you know, some parts of it are believable, but some parts not so much. So it's probably fake, but I love it, and I'd love for it to be true, because it totally sounds possible. But we will really just have to wait and see. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button so I can keep up to date on everything that goes on in the Marvel life.